About. So welcome everyone. This is our week 4 of Blitz. We have had 3 amazing weeks together. I'm really looking forward to our 4th week. This is a continuation. This is going to go on for 90 days. So we're giving all of you an opportunity to invite your friend, your business partner, your personally enrolled to participate in Blitz with us. I will ask the team leaders this week to go through the groups, and if someone has not shown up to the 4 calls, if they are not proactive in the conversation, let's remove them from the chat, let's remove them from the group and clear the air for some new people that are excited and are willing to work. I will say that 90% of the enrollments the past 3 weeks have come from those that are participating in Blitz. So that just goes to show you accountability, excitement, goal setting, it's what's required to make this happen. So I'm going to pass it over to Laura. Tonight's topic is duplication. So I'm going to mute out everyone's lines so she has a nice clear line. And Laura, you are unmuted. Take it away.
All right. Well, happy Monday, everybody. So we're talking about the importance of duplication because, in this business and what we're doing, we have this entire system set up for us, the 6 simple systems. We're not going blind into anything. We're literally, we're being educated on what to do, and then we're learning the systems, and then we are educating our people on the same things. Because systems duplicate, people don't. We want to make sure that, whatever, conversation I'm having with somebody is the same one that Samantha could have with somebody. And that's why it's so successful. So I know, like when I'm doing the presentation system, I have printed off in my little Isogenics notebook all the questions that I want to go through and ask. And it helps to kind of let me, spark conversation very naturally. It's not like you're reading a script back and forth to people, but it's just a good guide to have. So the goal here is that we're able to utilize what we have. And I said a little while ago, we want to think of it as, we're getting our candle lit from whoever coached us. So Alina lit my candle, and now I'm trying to pass it on until the whole world is kind of lit up with all of that. It's important, as leaders, for us to go first and to be consistent with what we're doing. So if we're posting and we're sharing, we're doing the 3-way calls, we're utilizing the system, then we're kind of, we're setting that example for everybody else that's joining us, which is, why we're all here.
Thank you so much. I love it. So the first part in duplication is following the 6 simple systems. We can find it in the chat. That's on hbteam.co. Created for us by our upline, has created 18 millionaires on our team. I think one of the most in Isogenics. Our team really is rocking it. The system works. We always say, why recreate it? Why reinvent the wheel when everything is already laid out for us to follow? So that was wonderful. So I'm going to ask Lyda to share next. And Lyda's going to talk about another important step in duplication.
Hello, everybody. I am going to talk about consistency. Now, this is something that, I need to also work on. At times, it's a little scary when you jump into something new, something different. But consistency definitely pays off. I just shared with Angela 2 different stories today. One of them is I met this woman about 2 years ago. She's a friend of my sister's. And this is a vibrant woman dating a younger guy, very educated. And I started, I reached out to her about Isogenics, and she told me no, very nicely. She wasn't interested. And I said, okay. But once in a while, I would still share things with her. And she'll continue to say, it's too expensive. And, this is not for me. I'm going to try and do it on my own. And it got to a point when I just said to her, you know, she started telling me and sharing with me how she gained 48 pounds, how she's so stressed out. She's not sleeping. So I just, you know, that broke my heart because that's not the person that I met. And I said to her, you know, I'm going to send you some samples. And I want you to promise me that you're going to do this and you're going to do it exactly the way that I tell you to do, and you're going to see a difference. And my friend Alexa shared some samples with me, and we sent her a box. She's in North Carolina. And within a week of just doing a shake a day, she lost 6 pounds already. She's full of energy. And she told me that she's going to sign up next week and, you know, she's going to give it a shot. And she's, you know, she was thanking me for believing in her. But, you know, I just let her know is, you know, you're a strong woman. And I knew that that was not the woman I met. So, you know, thank you for trying this and trusting me with it. So that is like at that moment, I realized, okay, this is what I want to do. You know, yes, the money is great, but helping all these people and their story, it like that just melts my heart. And then the second one is I have a neighbor, and I was always dreading talking to her. I don't know why. And then last week I said, you know what, let me invite her to Angela Sip and Sample. And she said, no, you know, I'll take a rain check. It's okay. But I still sent her one of the videos, the, you know, Isogenics Explained. And 2 days later, she called me and she's like, can you come over and talk to me about this program? And right off the bat, she's like, you know what, I'm going to sign up and I'm going to get a value pack. So, you know, a lot learned, definitely consistency. You know, it pays off. It may take time, but if you're consistent and you're genuine and you show that you care, I think that goes a long way.
And I think in part of the caring process, it is about being consistent. Like that first person, you could have given up very easily, you know what I mean? But you didn't. And I know like Lida's more reserved. She doesn't have a mouth as big as mine. On the color code personality, she's a white. So she's all about making a difference in the world and impacting people. And so she approaches it from a different perspective. And so there's no right or wrong way to do it. I just feel that when you care about someone, you care about someone. And as uncomfortable, like Lida and I were speaking, and here's what I said to her. The health is wonderful. The money is outstanding. But the person that you're becoming throughout this journey, that's priceless. Right? I mean, Lida's becoming brave. She's becoming bold. She's becoming outspoken. And for a lot of us, it's not easy. You know, I see a lot of people saying they're introverted and having conversations is hard. Yeah, even for extroverted people, sometimes it's a little awkward, you know, but the person that you're becoming to impact a life, it's so important. It's so relevant, you know? So, following the systems, staying consistent no matter what, talking and following up is so critical in the duplication process. And then we're going to have Ed talk a little bit about the importance of promoting. That was great, Lida. Thank you.
Thank you.
Unmute yourself. Ed.
Who, me?
You.
Oh, what do you want to talk about? Look, she's acting like I'm giving her a hard time.
Yeah, she's acting. No, like the importance of promotion.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the events, the team calls, you know, the stuff that we do, you know, these little blitzes, everything else, you know, you guys got to get it out there to your people, right? Especially the team calls, you know, and because, you know, we can get, I was saying, like, tonight's call is about the back office. Guys, I've been on this freaking call for 6 years. I know how to use the back office. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be on this call, right? But it's also not just for me. Think about, on week 3 or whenever you guys are doing your back office walkthrough, right? Some of you have a team of 10 or 15 or 20 or growing or whatever it is. If you can just promote this call, get your people plugged in, your job is done. How much easier is it to get 10 people on one call and somebody else is showing them the back office besides you having to do it there, right? But plus, what else happens is they hear it from other people, right? There's at least once a week I hear something in these systems calls or leadership calls that I might not have picked up before or might not have heard before. It's always something new, right? And that's great for me, but I also got to get my people on there. I got to get you guys there. You guys got to get your people on there, right? Maybe it's repetitive to some of us. Again, I know how to use the back office, but if I'm not getting on, I can't ask my team to get on, right? And I mean, there's been people that I've asked for years, literally years, to get on a team call, and they've always said they would. And maybe 3 years later, they get on a team call. You know what the response is? Like, wow, oh my God, that was great. Thank you for inviting me, right? We would talk about consistency in the work that we do, but you also have to be consistent plugging your people into these calls, into the events, into everything that the team does together, right? Because sometimes, look, you might be a great coach, and maybe your client doesn't want to disappoint you, right? Maybe they had a beer or a wine or a pizza, and they don't want to tell you, right? But if you plug them into a group call with 10 people, 20 people, or an event with 15, whatever it is, they're more open to understanding, oh, listen, it's okay, right? You don't have to be perfect here, and I can be myself. I can be open. I won't disappoint.
Yeah.
Right? You got to, tag them and reach out to them. Hey, we're having a Monday night call about the back office. Can you join me? Because it's going to be beneficial. I want you to see how to use it, maybe change your authorship, see all the other products. The presentation calls, I mean, guys, come on. It's so simple, right? Hey, we're having a call tonight about how to present these products to our friends and family. Not how to do the business, nothing like that. But listen, can you tune in? Maybe if it's not for you, maybe you know somebody that would love to do something like this.
Yeah. The most attractive and the most appealing part of this is that you don't have to be an expert. You don't have to create your own documents. You don't have to make anything up. All you have to do is learn it and plug your people in. The minute you have to start recreating a tool, you completely lose duplication, and you send a bad message to your people that now they need to start recreating tools. Guys, we have one universal welcome email. We have one presentation call, one back office call, one compensation plan call, and that's all you're doing is you're teaching your people. And I think the best coaches are the ones that teach their people and let them go. I do not want to be holding on to somebody for 4 years. My God, it means that I've not done my job. You want to teach them, show them, plug them in, and then hopefully inspire them to do the same. So I pulled out a picture earlier today, not to blast anyone or anything like that, but this was a photo of an event that Ed and I went to 5 years ago. Okay. And I will say that none of the people that are in this photo are left. None of them. And we had 2 people here that have lost 100 pounds. We have a 5-star, a 4-star, a 1, 2, 3, 4 executives in this photo. And sometimes people just go away, right? And so for me, that's why duplication and plugging in is so important, because things are going to happen. Things are going to happen. Why do they stop? I don't know. That's not my problem. It's not my concern. My concern is that I'm here, that I'm plugging in, that I'm doing what I need to do to lead from the front. When I feel down, I listen to a call. When I feel low energy in my business, like my team stinks and I need to go out there and find the new team, I get my butt to an event. It's up to me. Nobody ever calls me up and motivates me and says, come on, Ange, you're going to do it. You're going to do your 3 touches today. I understand how important this mission is, right? And it is a mission. And so what right do I have to tag my person to jump on a team call if I'm not going to be on that call? How would I stand in integrity promoting events if I don't get my butt to an event? And it's not going to be easy. I told the girls, I got to miss my daughter. She's going to be competing in a Taekwondo tournament, and I've got to send my husband. And sometimes we have to ask for help. I know as women especially, we like to do everything. But here's the thing, it's not always easy. And sometimes you've got to ask for support. And sometimes you've got to ask for a ride. And sometimes you just have to stay committed and consistent. I remember that my first event that I asked Ed to come was a Super Saturday. And he was very resistant. I remember him calling it something like a cult. And he told me he wanted no part of my craziness. And so I totally guilted him. I said, I rented a car already. I got you the ticket. Come on, don't stick me. I did whatever I had to do to get him there. And because he got there, because he saw the vision, he's still here today. I'm sure of it. You can do a great job coaching someone with the products. You can do a great job, sending them the food list. But unless you get them to that event, they will never, ever truly get it. And I hear every successful Isogenics person say that I went to my first event and I sat at the back of the room with my arms crossed. Have you guys ever heard the ISA millionaires share that story? Raise your hand if you've ever heard someone say this. Every successful person I have heard say that they were dragged to their first event, kicking and screaming, but that's when they had their aha moment, right? That's when they got something. And it doesn't mean that you're not a good coach and you don't know how to cast a vision, but sometimes they hear it differently from someone else, right? And it's not for us to say, I told you that 2 years ago, or come on, I've been telling you that for 6 months. Who cares who they get it from? As long as they get it, right? So it doesn't mean I'm not a good coach, but if I bring Alexa to an event and all of a sudden she meets another mom who resonates with her, who says something clicks for her, it's of no bearing on you. It doesn't mean that you're doing a bad job. And the more stories we expose people to, the better our business becomes. Hayden and Emily Vavra, okay, they have built their entire team by doing Timeout Tuesdays in Minneapolis. Every single Tuesday, they were promoting to that event. At first, it was in their tiny apartment. Then it was in a conference room. Now they're doing these Timeout Tuesdays, one in California, one in Minneapolis. They have a team of over 100,000 people. He was a college dropout. She was a masseuse. You've got to stand for something and you've got to continue. Even when the times seem tough, even when life gets busy, no matter what, you've got to make time for this because there's someone on the other side who's desperately, desperately waiting. I mean, for Lida, it was nothing to send this lady a few samples. But for this lady, it meant everything. It meant getting her life back. So it's not that we're not casting a vision well. It's just sometimes they don't see that big picture until they plug into the call, until they get to the event, until they're ready. It has to be that moment in that person's time. I don't know if you guys know, but Nicole was on Isogenics a few years ago, right? She had a great experience. She had poor coaching, and that was it for her. She stopped. She went away. 2 years later, 4 years later, she came back and she's about to hit Crystal Manager, right? The timing has to be right. But here's my job. It's not to sit around and wait for another Nicole. It's to continue to do each and every day so I can be an example for Nicole, right? She's enrolling. She's doing great. I'm not going to stop working my business and start micromanaging her because I found a good person on my team. right? Or I'm not going to get discouraged if she goes away. I'd be sad, but I wouldn't stop building my business. And so everything that we do or don't do truly comes from us, guys. You know, our team is not going to plug into those calls if we don't. Our team's not going to get to those events if we don't. Everyone wants to build an international business. Do you know how you build an international business? You start locally. You find people from Mexico right here, right? You don't go to Mexico and start meeting people in the street. You've got to build locally and grow globally. It's the same way. I mean, I don't know. I dream of one day having 500 people at Celebration. That's my goal. You know, it might happen in 2 years, it might happen in 4, but my goal is to have 500 people in those stands at Celebration blown away. I want a picture of their face, right? But how am I going to do that? I start by getting 2 people there. And then I start that, hopefully they'll bring 2 people to the next one. That's how you grow. You invite 2 people to a sip and sample. They get on the products. They invite 2 people to the sip and sample. They get on the product. This is all about duplication. But you can't do a sip and sample one week and then stop. You can't plug in on a Monday and then not plug in anymore. This is a business, like Lyda said, truly about consistency. About consistency. And it's amazing to me that no one ever gets fired from this business. People just stop. And I don't know why people stop. Maybe they feel like there's no traction, so they give up. Maybe they're having self-doubt on whether or not they can do this. I know it's not the support on this team, because everyone here is amazing and willing to help. I know it's not the products, because everyone has a product experience. It really is about what's going on here. And so for me, I want to build up myself so that I can be a better coach or team captain for that other person, right? But the minute we stop developing and stop working on ourselves, that's it. I have nothing here to give to that next person, right? So, duplication, really, really important. It's the activity that's here, that we're putting in today that'll get you paid 6 years from now on this activity that you're doing today. And Ed gave a great example. I think his first year, he said $6,000, his second year, 9, his third year, 250. What were the numbers that you gave?
First year was 6, second year was 64, and third year was over 250.
Guys, that's a pretty big raise to give yourself. 6,000 to 64,000 to 250,000. That's huge. Anyone can do this, and he totally breaks the mold, because this is a predominantly female business. There's no set standard here. Whether you're young or old or big or small, the only thing that matters here is action, consistency, and passion. Kathy Coover always says a burning desire. So let's go around and let's get some feedback. So what's your takeaway, or what's the most important thing that you're going to do in your business as far as duplication? So I'll start with you, Laura. Shout one out at me.
Lighting the fire.
Lighting the fire for
Lighting
some.
the fire.
I love it. How about you, Ed?
What was the question?
What are you going to do to maintain duplication amongst your business?
Got to go first and be consistent.
Okay, and what are you going to be consistent with?
Everything.
All right. How about you, Donna? I like your haircut.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just
we're
talking
done.
more and just getting out and talking the talk. That's my biggest thing, is learning how to do that better.
That's it. Awesome. And you've been so great at setting up those events and tables and being so consistent. I love that. And it's paying off. I will say it is 100% paying off. There's a lot more action and a lot more activity.
Right.
How about you, Nicole? You're muted. You're still muted. Now you're not.
All right, sorry. I agree with everybody. The consistency. I have a hit list, I call it. It's just shy of a mile long, and I'm attacking these people, and until they hate me, they're gonna just have to love me. It's the
Yeah.
only thing it is until they come and see the way.
I love it. So consistently opening up your mouth. It was funny. She got me on a three-way with her timeshare lady, which was the timeshare lady was trying to sell her. She gets me on a three-way to sell her. So that was a lot of fun. So we've been rocking the three-ways and having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Shay Shay? I'm so proud of you, Shailene. What a difference I have noticed. Have you guys noticed the difference in Shay? She's like amazing. Such a transformation. Where did this come from? Looking at your husband.
Well, my boyfriend, he okay, I'm gonna put you on the spot now. She called you out, so he actually kind of mentioned how he wants to kind of start learning about possibly sharing isogenics with people.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, score for me. But that was kind of a side note.
Can I tell you where that came from, though? That came from you, because you stepped up your game 100%, because you're taking it seriously. You're in action. That's why he's like, all right, what the hell is going on, and how am I getting on board right now?
Definitely. Because I can feel a change in me. He's probably seeing it, so he's probably catching on, and he's becoming, more and more supportive of it too. Like, he was super skeptical at first too, just like I was.
Yeah.
But no, something triggered, right? Like you said, clearly you see something changed, because I've been to 3 celebrations, and for some reason, I think the timing, everything just hit me all at once. It was the 3rd celebration that really clicked for me, but it was also my company, people were leaving, and I reached out to them and was like, why? And they have all these masters and degrees, and they're getting paid way less than I thought. And I was like, wow, even if I get to your point, I'm never even going to be able to reach my goals, even if I wanted to. And I was living so close paycheck to paycheck that I had to borrow money. And I was like, forget it. All of this was hitting all at once. And I was like, I don't not only just want this, I need it.
Yeah.
It was just like, do. I don't care how sucky I am. I just have to do it. And, with time, I'll get better.
Yeah, you're not going to be sucky for long, because how many of you guys have noticed a difference in Shay Shay? Like, stepping up, stepping out, being more bold. Yeah, give it time, be patient,
Yeah.
We love it, and we see it, and we're super proud of you.
Thank you. Obviously, I have a great support system.
Awesome. How about you, Alexa? Massive duplication for you.
Definitely reaching deep and taking more of a leadership role with my entire downline, not just my direct people under me.
Yeah, awesome. How about you, Barbara? You're kind of in the same story as Shay, Barb, right? Like you were on, and Nicole too. Like you've all been on this before, and just the timing wasn't right. So talk to me about your massive movement.
Yeah, so I've been doing this on and off for 2 years until I really decided to treat it like a business. It wasn't going anywhere for me. So until I just started putting my activity on the calendar and setting time aside every day to really just treat it like a true business, it wasn't doing anything. So I think definitely duplication is super important. I now have a business builder. I'm super excited. But I think just leading by example. And I think the other thing is consistently doing sip and samples, because I like to do presentations. I like to get out there in front of people. And I think it's so powerful to see someone, see their transformation, and hear their voice. And even if they're just there to support me, I always tell friends, I'm like, just come support me. Just come listen, come learn. And everything is exposure.
And even if no one buys at the sip and sample, it's an exposure. And that happened 3 weeks ago. We had a sip and sample, no one bought, and a week later, 2 people signed up. So it's just consistency and belief in yourself and loving on people and leading by example.
Can I tell you guys that I never believed in any of this law of attraction and like none of that foo-foo stuff. You know, I don't meditate, I don't pray, I wasn't journaling, I wasn't doing any of that. But guys, that stuff really is tangible. Energy is contagious. When I am funky and when I am not feeling myself, I'm telling you, I'm not enrolling anyone. When I get my lashes done and my eyebrows are on and I'm having those conversations, like it just, I don't know, the energy is magnetic. The people are going to come to you, you know, and that's what it is. And that's why we get on the calls. That's why we have to uplift each other. Because on a business where you're working solo by yourself, isn't it nice to come together with 15 other people who have the same goals, dreams, and desires as you? I mean, we talk about this all the time. Like Isogenics has given a new lease on life, and not even the money, just everything else that comes with it is incredible. So let me highlight Beatrice because we have to plug into our call. Does anyone else want to say anything about duplication? Maybe who hasn't had an opportunity to talk? You can just unmute yourself. So I just want to highlight Beatrice. She's another one. I don't know what's happened over the past 4 weeks, but she went from like very slow, no action, sometimes post, sometimes not, to like, I have a 3-way phone call. Can you get on with me? I just enrolled somebody else. What side should I put them on? I'm like, what? First of all, like you feel it like on Facebook, her posts are more bold. Did you guys see her transformation picture? Like ridiculous. Who is this sassy new lady? Like that's what Isogenics does. So what has happened to you in 4 weeks? What's changed?
I just enrolled somebody right now. That's why I couldn't get on the call at 9 o'clock.
Oh, well, excuse me. That's the only reason for missing a team call.
Yeah, that's the one that we just spoke with. So I got her on.
Oh
so
my gosh.
Yes, it's amazing. I don't know. It's I don't know. I went all out. I have a calendar here in my kitchen. Like I am like jotting everything. If I speak to somebody, my mailman, I put him down. Like another 2 days, I'll talk to him again. I think it's more consistency and finding what works for me, and that's what I did. And I'm following everything to the T. Not stepping outside, not adding anything extra. Like just doing everything that you tell me, Angela, to do, no matter what. And if I can't, speak to you, I reach out to Ed with whatever question I have in mind, and I'm just going out. I've been planting, and now things are starting to grow. So I'm excited.
Guys, I love it. Like this is amazing. I'm telling you, like I feel and see the energy so much in this 4 weeks. It's been just tangible, amazing. So the assignment this week, anyone who creates a consultant will be entered into a raffle for a Rejuvenity skincare line. I'm excited to give that away because it's my favorite line. And Monday we start a brand new 30 days. I hope and pray that you will all be back. But speaking of duplication, I hope you will be back with someone. Shay, your husband might be a great person. Your cousin might be a wonderful person to bring on. I keep calling him your husband, and he's going to like send me a bill for like an engagement ring. I'm feeling like I definitely put him on the spot, which I apologize.
I told my husband all the time. We're practically married.
I don't know. I'm 44. Everyone's a husband to me. I'm just old. So you'll have to excuse me.
And my cousin, I asked her. She said yes. So we'll see. We'll see. And I invited her to the call that's like happening right now on the Healthy Body team too.
I love it. I will let you guys go. Everyone is being so bold. I am so proud of everyone. And I know it's only 30 days, but this by far has been my most favorite group to blitz with ever. So you guys just keep it up. Keep doing amazing. And I will see you next Monday, week 5. Choose a team leader, and you guys are going to do great. Oh, we have our team leaders. Okay, see you. Great job, girls. Thank you. And Ed. Great job, girls and Ed. Good night, everyone.